Hey, my name is Sasha and today I'm gonna be talking about something we all love. No, I'm kidding. As you can probably tell by the title of this video, this week we're talking about gender dysphoria. Spoiler alert, it sucks. I'm gonna be talking about what types of dysphoria I experience, how it has changed with HRT, and finally I'll try to give you some advice on how to lessen your dysphoria and make it go away a little. The vast majority of trans people experience gender dysphoria, and I am one of those, sadly. Some people claim that dysphoria is a mental illness. I absolutely don't agree with that. I do believe that I am mentally ill because I have depression and anxiety, but that has nothing to do with me being trans, and I think that you can have dysphoria and still be totally healthy in your mind. I suffer from both social dysphoria and physical dysphoria. So social dysphoria is like when people call me a girl, when they call me miss, when they use she, her pronouns. I feel really bad and almost depressed sometimes. As for physical dysphoria, the main 3 points that cause me to have it are my voice, my chest, and my hips/general body shape. How has my dysphoria changed since I started taking tea? I still get misgendered a lot of the time, and I still feel really bad when people call me a girl or when they call me miss. However, the more time passes, the less I am affected by it, because since more and more people are also addressing me as a guy and automatically thinking I'm a guy, and also because I'm non-binary and my goal is to try and be as androgynous as possible, I feel like I'm kind of becoming less and less uncomfortable with people calling me a girl. I kind of feel like I'm just contradicting myself, but basically right now I don't like people calling me a girl or using female pronouns. In the future, when I'll pass more as a guy, which I don't identify as, I think I won't feel as bad being called a girl or something accidentally, because that will show that I'm not totally cis-passing and that people still perceive me as kind of androgynous. My birth name still makes me feel really dysphoric, and I hate it when people use it and I don't want to hear it. Now for physical dysphoria, my voice dysphoria has almost completely disappeared in the past month. I've said it too many times already, but I really like how my voice sounds at the moment. And while my voice used to be the biggest thing that gave me away as being assigned female at birth, now I think I can pass pretty well on the phone, for example. Chest dysphoria is still there because T hasn't changed anything in terms of size or stuff like that. However, I'm lucky enough to own several binders, and that makes my dysphoria manageable because I can wear a binder and basically look flat when I go outside. My main source of dysphoria now is actually my body shape in general. I have quite large hips and a rather feminine looking butt, if that makes any sense. I'm only 5 months on T and fat redistribution hasn't happened at all, so we'll see what happens in the future. I'll keep you updated. Now, what are some tips I can give to fellow trans-masc people to alleviate their dysphoria? Honestly, I can start with all the basic stuff, like if you have long hair and it makes me feel dysphoric, you can cut it. If your parents don't agree, you can still maybe try to convince them by saying that, for example, you'll give your hair to charity or something like that. For voice dysphoria, sadly, I know how hard it is because I've struggled with it for a long time, and you can't do much, but maybe try looking up voice exercises on YouTube to try to deepen your voice a little. For your chest, it's kind of the same, sadly. The only thing you can do, especially if you don't have a naturally small chest, is to use a binder. If you can't afford it, you can try making a fundraiser online. You can even send it to me and I'll be happy to share it on the channel's Twitter. If you can't get a binder because you're not out or your parents don't accept you, the only thing I can say is please hang in there. You'll get there eventually, I promise, and it will all be better soon. The same goes for bottom dysphoria and packers and everything. I don't really have any particular techniques to hide your hips and your possible hourglass shape. What I'd say is maybe try to wear larger, baggier clothes than you normally would. And as for social dysphoria, if people misgender you, whether that is because you're not out or simply because the people around you are transphobic and won't use your correct pronouns, the best advice I can give you is find people who are going through the same thing. Get a Twitter account, a Tumblr account, find other trans people online, talk to them, make friends with them, or even just watch YouTube videos made by trans people. But don't stay alone with your dysphoria, because that's just the best way to start feeling depressed. Tons of people are like you, tons of people were like you and are now transitioning, and I think we can all help each other out and help each other feel better. That's all I had for you this week. I hope this video was somewhat helpful, though it wasn't very original. I love you all. See you next Friday, hopefully. Bye!